أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. We are here once again to present to you the last episode of the reply to Pastor Mary Joseph comparing Jesus Christ to Muhammad and Islam to Christianity and trying to let us know that Christianity is more higher than that of Islam and Jesus Christ is also more greater than Prophet Muhammad, in trying to say that there is no woman's name in the Quran except that of Sayyidah Maryam alayha salatu wasalam. So let us listen to him as usual so that we let him know that Maryam is not the only woman's name in the Noble Quran.
And second thing, I could not see any woman's name in Quran, Prophet Muhammad's mother name or wife's name or children name, no. In the Quran there is only one woman name I found, Maryam, the mother of Jesus, no other woman name. And in the Holy Quran chapter 3, the name of the chapter is Family of Maryam, and the Holy Quran chapter 19, the name of the chapter itself is Maryam.
Yeah, it is true that Quran chapter 19 is named after Sayyidah Maryam and Quran chapter 3 is also named after the family of Sayyidah Maryam. We are told in the Islamic history that Prophet Muhammad had no child to succeed him after his death. And for that matter, the people around were calling him Abdar. That is someone, when he dies, he will have no heir. His generation will come to an end. When this name continued for some time, Allah revealed this verse to him and promised him that he is going to give him what we call Al-Kawthar. Al-Kawthar in Arabic means bounty, and it's also a name of a river in paradise. So when Allah promised him he's going to give him Al-Kawthar, and after the revelation, Allah gave him a female child whom he named Fatima alayha salatu wassalam. So the promise that Almighty Allah made to him that he is going to give him bounty, Al-Kawthar, was within that time that Allah gave him that female child. So the female child was the bounty that Almighty Allah promised the Prophet that he is going to give him. So if that female child was given after the promise of Allah, then that female child is called Al-Kawthar. Even though the Prophet publicly called her Fatima alayha salatu wassalam, the other name for Sayyidah Fatima is also called Al-Kawthar. So today, you find out that Muslims are naming their children Al-Kawthar. That is the name that Allah gave to Sayyidah Fatima before she was born. So this means Maryam is not the only name that was mentioned in the Noble Quran. Al-Kawthar, the daughter of the noble prophet Sayyidah Fatima, was also mentioned in Quran chapter 108 verses 1. This is the case I was debating with one friend of mine on WhatsApp, and he told me that Prophet Muhammad is a sinner. And I asked him, what makes him a sinner? And he says that because Allah said in Quran chapter 48 verses 2 that لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ, that Allah is going to forgive you of the sins that you have committed. So how can Allah forgive Muhammad when he had not sinned? Because every sinner needs to be forgiven. So if Allah is going to forgive Prophet Muhammad, then it means Prophet Muhammad sinned against Allah. That is why Allah says he's going to forgive him. When he said this, I laughed and asked him, do you read the Lord's Prayer? He said yes. I said, you know the Lord's Prayer is in Matthew chapter 6 verses 9 going. He said yes. He said, in the Lord's Prayer, do you know that Jesus Christ said, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us? He said yes. I said, okay, what sin did Jesus Christ also committed to ask God to forgive us our trespasses? Then he was quiet. So saying that Allah is going to forgive the prophet doesn't mean that the prophet has sinned. If saying so means the prophet has sinned, then Jesus Christ was the first one to sin, because he prayed that, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So saying or asking Allah's forgiveness, or Allah going to forgive somebody as mentioned in the Quran, does not mean that someone is a sinner. It may be used metaphorically to mean several things, but it does not mean that someone is a sinner before God will say, I'm going to forgive you. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.